Denyque?
I am pretty good. I'm trying to find a filter because I didn't put makeup on tonight.
I'm excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here. Wagwan, everybody. There we go.
I was just playing some of your tracks on the intro, getting the mood ready for tonight because it's a hot one. We're going to get into everything. And I love to start, with every interview I do at the roots and foundations, of course, what makes you the woman, the empress you are today. But before we get to that, tell everyone listening, especially on the radio, because we got radio viewers and Instagram viewers. Let everyone know.
Listeners, what's up, IG, Wagwan, Internet.
Yes. Let everyone know in your own words who you are.
Wow. I've always hated this question. Oh my God. Somebody summed it up in the best way for me the other day, and I told him that, yeah, I'm going to start using that. So who is Denyque? Denyque is an experience. There is no way that I could explain to you all the layers, all the moving parts of who I am. You literally have to experience me as a human being, experience my energy to really understand the depth of it, the width of it, the length of it. But in terms that people can probably understand, I guess I'm an artist wholeheartedly. I'm a creative wholeheartedly. I sing, I try to dance, I draw. I've always been an artist my entire life to my core, and I am loyal, I am loving, I'm a nurturer naturally. I'm a lover. I'll fight if I have to, but I'm a lover at my core. Like, I genuinely believe in world peace. But on the flip side, I'm a bad man in a real life. I'm a thug. I always have to drop that in, but no, for real. Yeah, I'm definitely one of those people that I'm a villain in some stories. I'm a hero in some stories, and it's all true. Like, however, however it comes off, it's all whatever it is.
I love it. You're like, this is me. I'm open book. Just take it or leave it.
I'm Batman and the Joker. I'm both of them.
All right. I find like you have like these two sides of you. Like, you can really dress up and you can be all sexy, and then you have this tomboyish like kind of style.
I was always a tomboy.
Yeah.
So that comes naturally because my entire, I want to say 18 full years of my life, I was a tomboy.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love your evolution. I love your style. We're going to get into it, dive deep tonight to get to know who you are here on Melody Mondays. I'm excited. So tell me the people that were involved in making you the beautiful artist you are today. Early life.
So many. Too many to name. I don't want to forget anybody. If I forget to call any names, then don't pre me. It's just been, it's been a journey. It's been an amazing journey. From the start, of course, there was Richie Ras, DJ Richie Ras. A lot of people don't know, like, me and Richie used to hit the streets. Richie was like my road manager and DJ all in one when I was just starting out. I Obtain, who's like my big brother. Rock Wilders, have a big up Rock Wilders. They did a lot of stuff too in the early days. Of course, big up to Jade Lee, who was really like created a footprint in my career. She was my first actual manager, and she did incredible things. She did amazing things, and she did the best she could to allow me to get to a place where I could kind of take over on my own. Of course, Brian San, Juice. Wow, so many people. I really don't want to forget anybody because there are people outside of the industry too, like, because I take nuggets of inspiration from everybody across the globe. Have a big up Uncle D, anywhere your foot step, big up yourself. Of course, and then coming on up, all the producers I've worked with. Jeremy Harding was one of the most memorable sessions that I've had in my career up to this day, because Jeremy taught me a lot without even realizing that he was teaching me. So I always give Jeremy his flowers no matter what. Big ups to all the people too who understood and recognized how naive I was and how much I really didn't know. So they didn't take offense, or they didn't pre me for certain things that I may have done or may not have done, because they genuinely understood that I didn't understand. You know, I wasn't raised in the industry. I'm not a music baby. I just could have always sing. And coming into the industry, I realized it was a whole different ball game over here. You know, I had to really, really strip down and relearn a lot of things, reprogram myself to understand how to handle myself in this industry. And I'm still learning up to this day. I'm forever a student, never ever not gonna be a student. And yeah, so who else I have to big up? So much people. Oh God, all of the DJ Nico, who was one of the first DJs to ever play my music on radio constantly, consistently. Whenever it was my birthday and Nico was on radio, nobody else not get played. So I have a big up DJ Nico, of course. And let me tell you, the list goes on. I can't like big up all of the DJ them. Every single DJ that supports Denyque up to this day, all of the DJ them that have played such an incredible role. Like, I tell you, say, if I start calling name, people are going to vex. So, big up all of the DJ them, big up all the producers I've worked with. And of course, you know, I've worked with Goodwood Productions. I have worked with, over the last couple of years, they were responsible for Proud Wifey, Same Guy, Champion, Knees. And now I have kind of, what could I say, laced pinky fingers, because with pinky swear say, we are take on the road forever and ever, because the levels to life. Yeah, so the journey has been one.
Tell me about your early childhood. Did you have a good adolescent growing up? How was your family life?
Okay, so wow. I kind of grew up as an only child-ish, kind of. I have a big brother who I love so dearly, but big sister who I love so dearly as well. I have two big sisters, actually. But one of them I didn't grow up with. So I was raised with my brother and my sister. I'm the baby. I was about to say I was the baby. I'm still the baby. To this day. Honestly, I was always very friendly, but I'm very artistic, and I learned quickly. Just a lot of things that have grown with me throughout the years. But I was a little bit lonely as a kid. You know, my dad had all these rules. Where we lived, I grew up in Westmoreland for about 11 years of my life before we moved to Mandeville. And we live in a place named Ferris. And we live by this bridge, and there was literally only 3 houses there, okay? And none of the neighbors had kids my age. So I'd always love to go to my grandma's house where my cousins lived in Smithfield. And yeah, I was kind of lonely growing up, but I'd always create my own fun. I was very affectionate, still am up to this day. Besides the fact that I'm a thug, we're not going to forget to ever mention that, Shana, okay? I'm a gangster for life. But yeah, my parents were they kind of always tried to keep me rooted in reality. My mom recognized very early that I was very dreamy, very kind of in the clouds, very artistic. And she tried to nurture that as best as possible without making me lose my way. You know, like I said, she kept me rooted. Like, yes. You know, if I woke up with a bad dream, I'm going to tell her, say, yo, mommy, I saw a spirit or something, she'd be like, stop your foolishness, nothing don't go. So I have to shout out my parents for that. And then now when we moved to Mandeville, so yeah, I made friends easily and all of them things. I was going through the motions, you know, regular things that girls go through.
How did you discover that you had this unique talent, this voice?
Could I sing? Oh, yeah. God, I've been singing forever. The first album I ever bought with my own money, I think, I don't remember. Probably somebody did buy it for me now because I was a kid. But it was Britney Spears, Hit Me Baby One More Time. Baby One More Time. That was the first album I ever bought. And the second one was Pink, There You Go. You Make Me Sick. There You Go. One of them names they did have. But it was when Pink used to be a hip-hop artist. A lot of people don't know that. When she had pink hair, short hair, and she was a gangster. Yeah. That's I still love Pink to this day, but that was my favorite Pink. And I used to always, so the classics, my mom, my dad, my big brother used to always play the classics throughout the house. I mean, I'm talking 90s R&B. at my core. 90s R&B baby for life.
Yes.
And I used to always sing and challenge myself to sing like Celine Dion. There was a whole cassette. I found the boombox the other day, the radio that I used to record myself on, but I can't find any of the cassettes. So I used to record on the cassette. I used to make sure the place quiet. So I used to go in my brother's room because my brother was in the army and he wasn't home a lot. So I'd go in his room where it was really, really quiet, and I would record myself singing a cappella. Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. I mean, say the hardest song them you can think of. I would always challenge myself to sing them, and just some unknowns to some big, some 90s R&B hits as well. And I used to sing for my grandma a lot. My mom's mother, she used to love it. I used to put on little concerts for her. And then Aaliyah came on the scene. Fell in love with her. You couldn't tell me I wasn't Aaliyah. Could not tell me nothing. I used to suit my hair like her. I mean, I begged my mother if I could cut my hair like her and all of that. I did done chaka my hair because I took it upon myself to cut my hair myself. My mother was pissed.
Oh, no.
I mean, livid. Because my hair was all the way down in my back, down like almost touching to the top of my butt. And when I did that, and she realized that, she had to perm it, one, because it looked so silly. And the cut that I cut it chaka up so much, she had to have them try and even it out. All because one of my best friends at the time was a Caucasian girl, and she had bangs. And I wanted bangs too, and I wanted a bob too. Hence, not realizing that, okay, your kiki curly hair cannot do that. Whatever. But singing all the time, all the way through. And I used to sing at church. I used to sing at church. Friday night youth fellowship, and then when I used to spend summers in Kingston with my cousins, and they would be my family is a big Salvation Army. My dad's side is Salvation Army, my mom's side is Methodist, and my dad's side is who I used to stay with in Kingston every summer, and I used to always go to church and sing there, and yeah. Sorry, I kind of gone off track. I tend to ramble sometimes. So
that's okay. I love it. You make my job easy. I love this. So tell me about, pursuing this professionally. You had an EP early on. Her name is Denyque. And, I love the EP. But how have you evolved as an artist since then? What have you learned about yourself?
Oh, so much. Lord, girl. That's like I take some holy for white rum. And
we need some rain nephew.
The journey hasn't been easy. We all have our own stories. And I think a lot of people make assumptions about me, or they come to their own conclusions about me because I don't share in depth my story. I don't share all the layers of my story. I don't show the ugly parts. I don't show the grimy parts, So her name is Denyque EP. It was at a point in my career where, like I said, as young, as naive, I really didn't know. I was just taking direction. I was taking direction from people that I trusted, people that I trusted to want what's best for me. I was young. I didn't really, I knew I wanted to be an incredible singer. I knew I wanted music to be my platform to fulfill all the other goals I have for myself, which, kind of level off into TV and into all of those other things. But I really was just trusting everyone around me. I didn't really know myself. I knew myself up to a point. Like I knew 18-year-old me, I knew 21-year-old me. But at 25, I was just like, yeah, I don't know myself anymore. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I want. Everything is confusing. So when I did Her Name is Denyque, it was great for when it was, but I didn't understand marketing. I didn't understand promoting. I didn't understand music don't just bust like that, because I had so much success with my mixtape before. Big up to Raz and Biggie, who did my first ever mixtape called I Am Supergirl. Big up to Ruption, who designed that as well, designed that entire cover. And now, comparing it to now, because that EP came out like 2016. So comparing that to now, where, we're putting together Ready, which is my EP dropping next year. Whole different ball game, evolvement, like different league. I know who I am. I'm confident in who I am. I'm not afraid to showcase all the different parts of me. Of course, in moderation and understanding, when to pull back, when to move forward. But whole different ball game, like I tell you, different league. In cartel say which league them a play. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
now I'm
looking forward to it. The EP.
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to know like a little bit here and there. I want to talk more about your discography and
Okay,
your journey
no problem.
because on and on, there's a track you have on and
Mm-hmm.
I picked a few tracks that just kind of spoke to me and the time I guess that we're in the world
Right.
and the relationships. It's relationship season.
Oh
Venus was in
yeah.
retrograde. There's a lot of breakups. There's a lot of people getting together. Over the last 3 months, it's
Oh,
been
you come to plan,
crazy in
let's
the
do.
universe. I don't know how much you follow the stars,
I do.
but yeah.
I'm
So I wanted to talk about the song On and On. It really highlights your R&B, pop fusion, your ability to kind of fuse all of the genres together and do it so
yeah.
effortlessly. So can you tell me about that track and your stylistic choice in fusing genres?
So I've always from ever since um I've always loved R&B music. It's like it does something to me. Like it puts me in, it gives me peace. Just R&B, and it's a specific type of R&B. So it's not neo soul. It's not really soul. It's R&B, and I'm talking like like I'll Be Sure. I'm talking Boys to Men. I'm talking
Yeah.
um not August Alsina too, but even before then, Jay Holiday. I'm talking Usher. That's my kind of R&B right there. And I've always had, Jeremy was the first person to tell me that. The minute Jeremy heard me sing, Jeremy's like, "Oh my God, your tone is perfect for R&B. You like have the perfect R&B pop voice." And I was all over the place trying to figure it out back then because I was so young. But now this is what I want to do, and I'm really just kind of taking the reins and knowing that this is what I want to do. This is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna succeed at it because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like God up on my side,
Yeah.
and me and him working it out, So like you were talking about the stars, I do follow it up. I'm a believer in it, but my faith is Christian all the way through. I'm Christian, but I do believe that God created all of these things.
Yeah.
So, I don't really understand the segregation and the separation, but I don't get into all of that. I just be me and I focus on me. I don't care about nobody else, not my dishes, not my sink. I kind of just focus on me and what I know and what I believe in and what my journey has been encompassed of. But yeah, I'm really excited about this new EP.
Yeah, and what do you want people to feel when they hear the music? How many tracks are on the EP?
The EP has 4 tracks. We might put another one on it. We might. I know Levels is on here now, and he's hearing me say this, and he's probably going to cuss out my raw soul after this. But we're probably going to add another one. Listen, Sean, Between Me and You wasn't even supposed to be on the EP. Between Me and You was like last minute. Yeah. I came up with that song maybe 3 weeks before it dropped. And I was like, yo, we're doing it. I was going through some tracks. I was feeling a vibe. I was in the motion. Because for me, the rhythm come before the lyrics most times. So I'll hear a beat and I'll allow the beat to lead me. And heard the beat and I was just like, yo, yeah. And then I started to tailor the song around that concept of everything is so loud right now, especially on the internet. Everything is so loud. Everything is just, I need to show off. I need to let everybody know. And what I have learned in my own experience is that brings out all the negative energy. It should bring positive energy because you're showcasing positive things, but it brings out all the gremlins. It brings out all the demons. It brings out all the leeches. Anything bad, it bring out, and people start to project. And so I'm like, under the guise of me, I'm just like, okay, this is how I want to tailor it. I want this song to be designated for people who they don't necessarily want to keep their relationship a secret, but they want to keep it private. But then, of course, you have to throw in like a something like for nice it up and whatever. So I linked my girl Koi, and big ups to Koi Boy. She's an R&B artist, beautiful voice, amazing writer, and we co-wrote this together. We wrote the song together, and she came up with that second verse, and she came up with parts of the first verse. And what I did, I just kind of mixed it up a little bit, and it was just incredible. It was just incredible.
It is. And tell me about the making of the music video, because I feel like you know, you're confident, you look sexy in this cat woman tight out. I'm like, what? I was like, this is fire. And, you know, it's getting into a little bit of, you know, freakiness in the
but
scene.
not too much, right?
And I'm
That's
like,
right.
okay, this is an interesting creative choice and a beautiful creative choice, because you really show, like, you know yourself, you're confident, you have this, you exude this sort of aura of sexiness. And so tell me how it was for you making the music video behind the scenes. Were you nervous?
I'm always nervous. I mean, my confidence now kind of shifts it, like it will overpower it now, but I'm always nervous no matter what. But I have to shout out Bling Blang, who is like so close and dear to me. She's like a sister to me, honestly. She's incredible. I've worked with her before, and you know, we always say we're kind of on parallel journeys, but working with her before, she's always been one to kind of push me and kind of get me out of my skin in a sense. And even before I was at this level of confidence, you know. So now, you know, when she came to me with the concept, I'm just like, yes. And then I'm the type of person too, Sean, whenever I trust somebody, like if I feel safe enough with you and I trust you, you could do whatever you want to do. And that's what I told her. Like every time she called me, I'd be like, okay, this is the idea. Girl, do your thing. I trust you. Do your thing. Do your thing. Because I know that she's not going to lead me down a path that is detrimental to me. And even if she does do that unconsciously or without realizing, I'm at the level now, I'm at the space now in my growth where I can be like, no, not going to do that. But let's come to some sort of, you know, agreement, or let's come to some sort of compromise. But I'm at that space now where it's just like, yo, this is who I am. This is a part of who I am. I don't think we should, I've never thought that, but now that I'm here in this space where I can kind of align everything, I don't think that we should hide pieces of who we are, you know. And I feel like as women, we're always under this magnifying glass, like, oh, and I get this all the time. Oh, you're a mom. You're not supposed to dress like that. You're not supposed to talk like that. First of all, me becoming a mom doesn't stop me from being a woman.
Exactly.
Being a woman is how I got them kids. Oh,
so, exactly. I mean, it's such a good video for just intimacy, sexual desire, because at the end of the day, it seems like this is happening because there's a freaky side of the guy that he's not able to, you know, I guess, you know, show in his relationship. So it's like this thing where you have this connection, this chemistry with this man, and it's working in a way where you guys can just get as freaky as you want, be as sexual liberated as you want to be, and fulfill those desires.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I just think if we judge less, we'll be so much better off. Like, let people do what they want to do. Let them be who they want to be. If it doesn't sit well with you, and that's okay. We just, I feel like we need to stop projecting our insecurities on others, you know. And but between me and you, for me, that's where it came from for me, because honestly, I'm in a space now where going into my next relationship, whenever that is, I would like that. I'd like to start that. I'd like to start off that way, or have it be that way. Like, we don't have to be a secret, but we definitely keeping it private, because, yo, trust me, like, being out there and people knowing, you know, just, people don't want to see people happy. Like, people on the internet, I should say. People on the internet don't want to see people happy. They don't like it. They don't like it when you're happy. They don't support that. You know, so for me, I'm kind of just in that space now where, you know, that's what I like for me. And, you know, I heard somebody say the other day, like, yo, it's a perfect sad girl song. And I'm like, I knew that was going to happen. I told Coy that, you know, when Coy wrote that line, when she said, every time that I'm alone with you, said your girl be checking up on you, I knew it in my head. I'm just like, this line is going to cause problems. But let's look at the entirety of the song.
Yeah, let's look at all of it.
Exactly. And not nitpick and pick out things that don't, you know, that just align with one thing. Like, overall, that's why I love this song, because it's like, this is the one thing for me, especially me being who I am. I would love for my relationship to be such a safe space where I could just turn off everything else. And when I come home, when I'm with him, I'm home. Because I'm a lover girl to my core. core. You know what I mean? And when I'm in love, I'm in love. I'm
what's this true love look like to you? And you know, what do you desire now from an intimate relationship from a man?
Soft life. And I don't mean the Instagram version of soft life. I mean living, residing, going to bed in my feminine energy, waking up in my feminine energy, being allowed by everything, by life, by God, by everything, to be a woman, to be a nurturer, to be caring, to be loving, to cook for you, to take care of you, to elevate you mentally, emotionally, support you, and not feel like it's wasted. Because I've always been like that. Everything that I just listed out, I've always been like that. But I now want a soft place to land. I want to now feel like whenever I land, when I'm that and I land somewhere, that I'm caught, and I'm caressed, and I'm cuddled, and I'm loved, and I'm hugged, and I don't have to worry. Security. Like, men don't even understand how the one thing that a good woman wants from them is not even money. It's no, we want the money too. Don't idiot. Don't listen to me. But the one thing that we desire more than anything else is security, safety. We want to feel safe enough to be as vulnerable as possible, to be stripped all the way down, and know that we are taken care of, know that we are provided for, know that we are protected, know that we are appreciated. Come, let me tell you something. Me spoiled body now. Like, I am.
But why do you think? I find like a lot of women or some people have this assumption that some women want the, you know, the rude boy, you know, the guy that's gonna keep you pulling and pushing your emotions and taking you on this sort of a journey, what they would consider like a toxic relationship. And that keeps women excited. But when they're with a good guy, you know, a guy that's kind of fulfilling other needs and as a provider and as, you know, a security, and maybe he's more boring or normal, why do some girls go to the other side instead of choosing the good guy?
I don't know. I can't speak for them, but I can tell you that based on experience, so I used to have this thing where I never felt like I was fought for. I never felt like I was defended. And I realized every time I go through something, Shan, I try and take it back to a trauma that I experienced. I go back to my inner child. I go back to a childhood memory, a trigger of where it comes from. And I realize it's something I have to heal within myself. Now, I understand. I completely understand wanting that toxic thing. But I don't want it long term. Like, that's not something that, you know, I would want to go through everything. It's draining. It's tiring. It's stressful. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of girls stay in that position because they don't want to do that inner work. They're running from that. They're running from healing. And to be honest, a lot of the times too, I feel that people stay in their trauma because it's the only thing they know. And when you stay in what you know what you're getting. It's when you step outside of that, that's scary. Like, how am I gonna how am I gonna leave this relationship that I know is bad for me? But then me must leave this that I know this is bad for me. So I know what I'm getting. So how am I gonna leave this that I know to go out there and not know what I'm getting? You know, I think that for both men and women, I believe that's why we see so many, you know, and the one thing I say now is the minute that I'm unhappy, got a blast. We ain't doing that. This is not, I am not my grandmother. I'm not my great grandmother. I am not my mother. Yeah. Nope. And my mother takes no offense to that, by the way. If anybody thinks that this is my mother, she takes no offense to it. She loves that. Keep for me.
Pushing.
I am not any of them. And what I am going to do, what I have taken on, and that's why my journey has been hard. And I don't mind that it's been hard, because I'm breaking curses, I'm breaking cycles. This cycle, anything that is bad, like staying with a man because for the kids, or staying with somebody that you know is bad for you just because you want to fight it out and work it out, and because you're embarrassed of what people might think, man, fuck them people. You are who's important. Your happiness. You have to wake up every single day and look yourself in the mirror and be okay with who you are and where you're going and where you want to be.
True.
Girl.
I want to talk a little bit more about the sex, because I want to talk about women and desire and you know, like, just the chemistry that has to be there. Why do you think so many women have never had orgasms? This is like a fact. This is like, I think the percentage is ridiculous. Why do you think so many people have a hard time being vulnerable and letting go, and to the point that, you know, they can feel that thing?
I think it's because women have been shamed so much over the years, and this is spanning back from the 16th, 15th century, you know, because remember, there was a time where that's the only thing that women could do, was be a lady of the night. And that's what they call it, a lady of the night. And they'd still be shamed even for that, but at least the shame wouldn't be so, you know, obvious, I guess. I think it's shame. I think it's this thing that society has done over the years to make women feel like it's not okay for them to be sexually open. It's not okay for them to vocalize what they want sexually and what they're happy with. So we supposed to just lie down with a man. We can't, if you see, and pretend that, oh my God, yes, daddy. Oh my God. No, papi. No bueno. No es bueno.
Oh my God.
You know? So I feel like it's shame, and I really want my girls to elevate out of that. And it's baby steps. Even though baby steps are like really like, you know, running forward and punching it. But what we know to be baby steps, take small steps. Every small step counts toward a bigger step. I have this thing that I always say: recognize, decide, and commit. When you recognize the issue, so the issue is that you don't feel safe enough, or you don't feel confident enough to talk about sex, decide that you're going to change that and commit to the work. Understand that commitment, you're going to take some steps back. You're going to fall sometimes, but you get back up and you keep it pushing, and you know that you're doing this for you to feel better. You are not comfortable. If you're not happy in the bedroom, say something. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm going to try and take that advice too, because I just usually go ghost. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, but also follow your notion and be very, very picky. If there's one thing that I pray for more than anything else, every single day, of course, I give God thanks and I'm grateful for life and express gratitude for waking up, but discernment is so important, and I pray for the discernment to make not just the right choices, but the right choices for me, because sometimes the right choices for you are not necessarily the right choices for somebody else.
Yes.
But, you know, you pray for discernment. I really implore everybody, regardless of what you believe in, who you believe in. Personally, like I said, I believe in God. God is my Lord and Savior. He is my right hand. He is everything. Even though my left hand not up right now, He is my right hand. Everything in Jesus' name. But pray. My prayer look weird sometimes. Like sometimes it will literally just be a conversation, and I'll be like sitting down there and be like, "Yo, but see what you just do. You can't trick me." Like that's how I talk to God sometimes, when He gets it. You know what I mean? Well, I think He gets it based on our relationship. And just understand to people. So a lot of people are listening for an actual response or an actual voice. Sometimes that voice is yours. And it's just really clearing up. Like now, Shan, whenever I find myself in front of a decision, just had this conversation today with Levels. Whenever I find myself being pulled left and right with a decision, I let it go. I release it. Because I know that the right answer is going to come back to me in some way, shape, or form. And I'm okay to wait on that.
I love that. I love that you dived into prayer and you know, praying and listening for a response, or seeing a sign sometimes. Sometimes for me, in a conversation, when I'm praying with God and I see a sign or symbol the next day, something that relates to something I spoke to or prayed about, right? So it's funny how these connections work in your livity.
Yep.
Is there a turning point for you, maybe something that you experienced in life or a challenge that you overcome that kind of awakened your belief or your faith, or deepened it in your spiritual journey?
Yeah. The one thing that stands out, so I remember I was going through it, man. I was going through it, and then there was a time, wholly by years back. I can't remember the exact year, but there was a time where, you know, social media. So there was some people on social media, used to beat me bad. Like, it was always just everything negative, and all I would put out was just me being me, happy, authentic, blah blah blah. You know, whatever it is, and it was just always negativity. No matter what I did, no matter where I went, it was always just negativity. And I remember I broke down, like proper broke down, tears, because I bawl easy, you know, but don't tell nobody, because remember, gangsta for life. But
Gangsta.
broke all the way down, man, and because I just couldn't understand, because my heart was always in the right place. So yes, of course, I've made mistakes, I've done foul things, but I felt like, because I used to see the world in black and white always, and then I started to see the world in color, and then I started to see all the gray areas. And then I just got to a point where I just couldn't take it anymore. Like, my back broad, you know, but you know, when your back just gets wholly by beaten now and it's sore. Yeah, that's what was happening to me. And I broke all the way down, and like, I just broke down. I bawled for days. I called my mom, we talked about it, and I remember out of the blue, this woman, she doesn't know me from nowhere, and I mean, she knows me, but we don't have a relationship. We don't know each other like that. And I'll always have her pinned in my heart. It's Tanita, for those who are probably, you know, people are now know her. Tanita reached out to me, and she prayed an indelible prayer over me, you know, and she was just like, yo, whatever you're going through right now, God put you in front of me. And that was my turning point right there. It was 2017, November 4th, when she sent me that prayer that day. I still have it in my notes. I'll never ever forget the day. And yeah, that was a turning point for me. So I've always been of faith. I've always been, you know, knowing and believing in God and trusting God, because I was raised that way. Of course, I've questioned him. I'm human. You know, when certain things happen, when my grandmother died, was the first time I questioned him, like, yo, how could you take her from me? I was 12. And that was for, and then I always used to realize, it was in that moment that everything kind of flooded to me, how, yo, every time you felt like you were at rock bottom, for some reason you just kept being pulled up. And I just always knew that had to be God. That had to be God for me. Like, who else was that gonna be? So that was my turning point, where I started to dive more and really refocus. And I've always had like this sixth sense. Ever since I was younger, I've always had the sixth sense. So, you know, that was it for me. You know, I started to really be conscious more about praying and going in that direction. And I even I met Auntie Teens, who has now become like a second mother to me. Big up to Christine Harbour Ministries. And yeah, I'm you know, that was it for me, that moment, November 4th, 11/4/2017.
I love that. I love you sharing that story, because it's like, it's a turning point, you know, in the way you see the world and the way you see your place in it, and your connection to the, you know, gods or the Most High, or whatever you want to call it, depending on what you do. I want to talk about destiny, because I talk about destiny with all of my guests. You're my guest tonight, and I reason on this because it's an interesting introspective topic that people have different opinions on. So do you believe that we control our own destiny, like our destiny is something that's in our hands, or do you believe that it's pre-planned before we come here and set in stone, so to speak, before we come into this world?
Personally, I think it's predestined, and I feel like no matter how many times you miss it, I don't think we have control. as human beings, we have the illusion of control. Like, we think we're in control, but we're really not. We're not at all. We have free will. This is why there's a power of choice that I want everybody to always remember. Stop saying that you don't have a choice. You always have a choice. The question is, are you willing to face the consequences of whatever choice you make? That is really the question, because choice is powerful. You have the ability to choose where, when, how, what, why. And I personally just feel like, and based on my experience, every time I've tried to control anything in my life, it goes to shit. So, you know, that's just my personal opinion based on my experience. You know, it might be different for other people, and that's okay too. So I remember I read somewhere one time where a guy gave his testimony, and he said that he had a conversation with God, and God told him that before he was born, they had a conversation. And he told God that he just wanted to come on here and just do life and be done. And God told him, oh, all right, say less. He ended up dying at about 37, I believe. Yeah, he was 37. Yeah. So in my head, when I heard that, the minute I thought, you know, of course, condolences and everything, but I just thought, you did tell God that's what you wanted. But he did live a full life. Yeah. He lived an absolutely full life. He was doing everything. He had a son, I believe. Wasn't married though, but he lived a full life. He really, really enjoyed his life. So, I mean, personally, like, I kind of lean towards that too, because sometimes I question this and I'm like, I wonder, what do we talk about? Like, I ask God all the time, like, before I was birthed in my father's scrotum, what do we talk about?
Before you escaped through the portal.
Yeah,
what has the last year, 2023, taught you? I mean, what are you most grateful for, thankful for? And yeah.
Just kind of continuing on the topic of control. 2023 has taught me to release everything and do you. Release everything and just do you. And that's how I ended up naming my EP Ready, and giving it that acronym, release everything and do you. Because 2023, leading up to between 2020 and 2023, I came back into music, had 2 hit songs, came back in, you know, just kept going and going and going. And then I got to a place where I was just like, yo, everything is going to shift. I separated from my ex, you know, so many major transformations. And 2023 has taught me to just release everything and do you.
I love that, because, you know, we recently had a solar eclipse in Libra, and I don't know how many people are in the States. You could see it very clearly, the ring of fire. Beautiful. It was just stunning. I'm in Canada, but nice. I did, you know, try to take a glimpse. So, I mean, the overall themes are letting go of things that do not serve you, getting ready for new vibes, moving forward.
Have to.
Expect miracles. Have to. Is the theme as well. How do you think the current energies are affecting you or resonating with you personally?
Powerfully. Just is on point. Transformation. I'm going through a transition. I'm going through a transformation, and I've been surrendering. Like, surrender has been my word of choice for the last, I want to say 7 or 8 months. Surrender. I surrender everything to God. I tell you, like, every time I let everything go and I give it to him and I keep it moving and I trust and believe. I am fueled by faith, and I don't say that lightly. Every step I take, every move I make is a God move. And, you know, I trust in him and I believe in him so much that I just release everything to him. And I feel like the energies right now are leaning towards that, like really just setting me up for kind of like an arrow. You know, when you have to pull an arrow back, I feel like that's what God's doing right now, just like pulling that arrow back and aiming at the right spot to just let it go and go bing.
I love that.
But yeah, energies are real. I you know, I have a friend who is an astrologist, and I talk to her sometimes. She's incredible. Her name is Alina Apostle. She's dope. She's dope. Yeah.
I'm a big believer as above, so below.
Yes.
So, and we are affected by moon cycles. I mean, the woman's menstrual cycle is affected by the moon cycle. So that alone.
The moon, no, I'm telling you, on a full moon, I am always awake. I'm always wide awake. I can't sleep. On a full, when it's a full moon, I can't sleep. I'm always horny on a full moon. And I'm also always like full of energy. Unscathed energy, like, yo, where's this coming from? And every time I get to that place, I'm like, oh yeah, the moon is full. But on a new moon, I'm mellow. I'm mellow and I'm chill and I'm peaceful and I'm namaste. A full moon, it's go time. It's go time. I mean, my spirit animal is the wolf, so I'm guessing maybe that has something to do with it too.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I actually
Mine is the eagle.
My ancestry thing. I'm actually waiting on the results now to kind of
nice. Yeah, you have to. Are you gonna reveal it publicly?
I don't know. I don't like doing stuff like that, but I might.
Yeah.
I'm in that space now where I'm kind of comfortable enough to reveal certain things and speak on certain things. So I might just do that, depending on what it says. If it says if I'm related to Hitler, I'm not going to do that. I'm not telling anyone.
If there's any bad people in your history, just forget it.
Yeah, no, we're not
release
that. No, absolutely.
Tell us something most people don't know about you or wouldn't be able to guess in a million years.
So, as you say, people have their own perceptions of who you are, and you are seen through different eyes as different people. Everybody has their own view. So I think a lot of time, one thing that a lot of people won't know now because of how they view me, and I guess because of what I put out on social media, I don't know, but I play sports. I used to play football, as in soccer. Well, that American people call it soccer, football. I used to play football. I played tennis. I was really good at those two sports. I played basketball as well. I did track and field. What else?
I mean, that's a lot of sports. That's pretty serious. Do you have like a workout routine that you stick to now?
Well, I switch it up sometimes, but I stay consistent. And another thing, this was most recent. I am actually, and I'm going to toot my own flipping horn. I don't care. I am an incredible driver, and a lot of people don't believe that.
Nice.
So, big up to the one them. Oh no. But no. I recently heard somebody say, they were actually scared for their friend's life because they was like, "You're gonna let Denyque drive you? Denyque don't look like she can drive."
Uh-oh.
Like, what do you mean? I don't look like I can drive. Like, y'all. You know what? Let me talk about this very briefly. Y'all need to stop thinking that pretty girls are only pretty and them can't do nothing. Stop. Okay? We can do things. Well, let me speak for myself. I can do things. I could build a house if I want to.
I'm a boss driver too. I drove right across Canada, right? So very little sleep right across Canada. It took me a couple days.
If you can drive in Jamaica, you can drive anywhere.
I've driven in Jamaica as well.
There we go.
Yeah. So that is the true test.
Yeah, man. Driving in Jamaica, no boy thing, That's another boy thing.
I did not drive at night though. I drove during the daytime.
Okay, that's fine. No, man. Listen, did you have to come in contact with taxi men and them thing there on the road? Yeah. And you handled yourself well?
I was okay, yeah.
You are a driver.
For between me and you, the creative process, we talked about that, but I wanted to mention the fact that it's your first track that you produce.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting.
I know.
How do you feel about that? Denim Entertainment?
Entertainment, yeah. I feel incredible. And I have to tip my hat again to Crumbs, Levels to Life. He's been such a mentor, such a big brother to me, and really just teaching me things, showing me the ropes, and so genuine. We don't find a lot of genuine people in life. People always have an agenda. Yeah. But I personally believe why he and I work so well together is because we're both genuine with who we are, with what we want, and where we want to go. And we're always honest. Like, if we don't like something, we're going to say it. And if we love something, we're going to say it and we're going to talk about it. I regularly with him on the phone for hours. We just a chat. Him can chat, you see, and him can laugh just like me. I'm not saying that I can do that either. I chat enough too when I have something to talk about. But one thing with me, I gotta laugh. But he's really taught me a lot and kind of just shown me putting a whole new meaning behind the music that I do now. Because I told him, I'm like, yo, I just made the decision. I'm like, yo, R&B is what I want to do. I love dancehall music. Love it down to bed. I will forever love dancehall. Me, anytime dancehall come on the dance, me first and bus shot. Love my culture, love my dancehall music. But R&B just has this place in it takes me to a place. Like, if you've ever seen me, I remember one of my best friends said to me that the first time she really saw me in my genuineness, like in my most authentic self musically, was when I sang acoustically and when I sang an R&B song. She's like, yo, it's like your soul just transformed immediately. It's like, she's like, your soul took over. And I was just like, it did. And y'all, But yeah, so Denim Production, Denim Entertainment is my baby. And actually wanted to name my son Denim. His middle name was supposed to be Denim, and it never really sit right with me. Like, when he was born, he never looked like a Denim. So I named him Dash. And then my daughter, I was trying to find a name for my daughter because me and we had made an agreement that my daughter would have my initials. And I just didn't want to, no, I mean, lots of love to all the girls with names starting with D. I love y'all. So before y'all come for me, let me just say that. But I couldn't see myself as the mother of like a Diana, of a Dana, of a Deandra, of a, Danielle. I couldn't see myself as the mother of one of those names. Is like, I tried it. I tried just walking around and saying, yo, a Dana mother that, a Danielle mother that. And I'm just like, it never sat right. And then I'm like, maybe Denim. Denim never sat right with me either. And that was how I ended up naming her Dylan with children. And I was just like, okay, yeah, I like that. It's unisex. Yeah. But it's different. I like it. And I just decided, okay, well, Denim is clearly going to be me. And it's going to be my brand. So that's what this is.
At least it still went to good use. I mean, congratulations.
Thank you.
On, extending your talents and your credits as a producer. And I know you're on the radio too, right?
Yeah. Well,
that's why you're natural. You're a talker. I don't have to talk much. I'm like, yes. Some people, they give me one word answer. They're like, I'm good.
Thank you. Now, one thing, once I'm comfortable and once I feel safe, you'll get the best out of me. 100%. Yeah, I did have a radio show on Nationwide 90 in Jamaica. It's called The Sound Off. It's still going on now. Haven't been on it in a minute, but big ups to Triple X, big ups to Paris, big ups to Calico, big ups to Nationwide. Love you guys same way. But I am definitely going to venture off. I'm going to continue that in some way, shape, or form. And we're working on something right now. Got a big ups to my Canadian family, Tidal League. Big ups to the Tidal League, massive. We're working on something together right now. It's called What Would Denyque Do? And it's going to be incredible.
Nice. Any other little hints you can tell us about the EP? I usually take a couple questions from the people in the chat too. So I want to give people a chance before I let you go. If you do have a question for Denyque, put a question in the little question box to the right-hand bottom of your screen. At the bottom there, you'll see it. And I'll pick one or two good questions. They gotta be good. Otherwise,
they gotta be good. And of course, I have a big up my Mega Fitness family. One Mega Fitness, and I big them up. I big up Mega because because of Mega, I have been the most consistent working out that I've ever been in my entire life. I used to work out. I've always been active. I've always been athletic. But when I started to turn it into a discipline and focus on it as being a discipline, it changed my life. And I've now been consistent for, I want to say, a year. Started working out with Mega October last year. Took a break like December, but then started back again in January, and I've been consistent ever since. Of course, big ups to Rye Fitness too. So if you're in if you're in Jamaica, if you're in Kingston, definitely hit up Mega Fitness. You can search it on Instagram. And if you're in whenever I travel, once you're in Miami, or not Miami, for like up near Away in more up north, South Florida. If you in South Florida, hit up Rye Fitness. dope trainers, and just, yeah, they've really kind of helped me to my own, and just, anyway.
Nice.
Mega!
Hey, I'm trying to get into a regular fitness routine. I see, it makes a difference.
Girl. Focus on the discipline.
Yeah.
The motivation. Focus on the discipline.
I gotta be more disciplined. I'm disciplined with work. That's what I'm disciplined in. I work 7 days a week. I'm constantly working. But when it comes, I think maybe that's something I gotta move forward with more, working on, like my health and whatnot. Because I mean, all work, you can get burnt out. I'm sure your work ethic is pretty decent too, right? Especially if you're working out as well.
Yeah, my work ethic is pretty great, if I can say so myself. It's incredible. But I'm very intentional about rest. I am not team no sleep. Nope, I am not team no sleep. No. Me? I need to recharge. I need to refuel. I need to lie down. So I always say now, anybody that works with me has to understand that, no, we are not going like this. No. Even if it's an hour, I need that. Yeah. Even if it's 30 minutes, I need that. So I'm very intentional about that, because I realize that if I'm not intentional about it, it's not going to happen. Yeah. It's not going to happen, because I've been there. Some people I worked with earlier this year, I don't want to give it away, but they're like my new little family now, and they will tell you, we did 4 days back to back, up by 6 in the morning, to bed at like some ridiculous hours. I thought 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and we're shooting non-stop. We're shooting outfit changes, makeup changes, memorizing lines, trying to remember what to do. 4 days back to back.
I know that life.
No complaints. That's me, I don't complain. Nope. Because we got to do what we got to do. That's always how I've been. Like, once I make up my mind that I'm going to do something, I'm going to see it through 100%.
I love it. We do have a couple questions coming in, so I'll try to get to those now. All right. I have a question from Just Single Music. Are you up to work with new artists?
Absolutely. Just Single, just shoot a DM to levels_LVL.
All right. I'm sure a lot of people would love to do a nice collab with you. You have a collaboration with Right Call. How is that working with
Call? Big up to Ritical.
How was it working with him?
It was so good. It was so good. He was I think he was shy on set, but he was such a cool person. So dope, so down to earth, and just an incredible artist. So big up to Ritical. Anyway, you're there right now, and I'm open to collaborations. Like, I love collabing. I love collabing. So
nice. We have another question. I think this is a pretty straightforward one from Joy. Are you able to spend quality time with your family? What do you do? When do you feel most free?
Oh, when do I feel most free?
Yeah.
When do I feel more? When I'm in nature. Like when I'm outside in grass, I'm just outside with the elements. Of course, trees, within trees, flowers, and thing. But to answer Joy's question, Joy, big up yourself. I've been seeing you commenting. Enough love. Are you able to spend quality time with your family? Yes, I am a full-time mommy.
Awesome.
Full-time, hands-on, 100%. So, yeah, just tie that into all of the other things that I do with my life on a daily basis.
Love that. We have another question.
Hi, Sashi.
I think I'm gonna leave the questions at that.
Oh my!
Do you have
Are
any
people
other
over there asking me about man?
No, nobody's nobody's asking about men. Most of them are just more spiritual questions. But we talked a lot about that already. And we talked about prayer and all that good stuff. So if you guys missed that, you're gonna have to pull up rewind on this one, all right? All right, thank you so much. Is there any last shout outs? I mean, you picked up a lot of people in the beginning. Any last shout outs that you want to say, or any last messages that you want to share with the Roots Reggae Hub International family?
I mean, again, I just want to say if I left out anybody, it's not on purpose. Okay, so don't beat me bad. Don't feel no way. Just bear with me a little bit, all right? But I do want to send shout outs just to my team. Thank you guys so much. I really love and appreciate you, and to everybody that has poured into brand Denyque, everybody that has experienced the energy of Denyque, and just everybody that's here for the good. Everybody that's, you know, supportive, everybody that's wanting for all of us to win, because we realize that there's room at the top for everybody to win.
Yes.
Thank you. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Big ups to everybody that forward with me from them time. They're from summer love ain't always gonna be around, right up to every little thing that we do. Big up on yourself. You guys are incredible. Big ups to the new fans, the new followers who love me and my antics that I go on with on Instagram and TikTok. You know, I know and I love the foolishness. For everybody that's goading me to go into acting, I do want to. So y'all just keep praying on that, and we're gonna keep trying to make those moves in that direction. You know what I mean? But of course, we're still gonna give good music. Do not forget my EP, Ready, Release Everything and Do You, drops next year.
The date? Do you have a release date?
I don't know if I should tell you, but it's February.
Why not?
For sure. And y'all know February is my month.
Okay.
So dropping it in my month, 2024, February 2024 for sure. You can look forward to that. We're dropping another single off the EP January, and of course the EP is fully produced by Denim Entertainment, Levels to Life, and E-Mudio Records. Of course, big ups to every single person upon the team. You understand? Avi, big up yourself. Anyway you put them. Big ups to Mario, of course, and of course my dog Cookie Crumble and you know Bling Blang. Massive shout out to Team Misery. Big ups to Team Misery. Who else there? Y'all, so many people. Big ups to Title League. Can't big them up enough. Those my dogs. And yeah, the EP is gonna be great. 4 songs. I'm telling you, 4 songs already, but it might be 5. Who knows? We'll see.
Okay, so it's like it's moving. It's moving in a flowing way. It's good. Yeah. You might add an extra song for us, Sam.
I might. It has to be a good collab. So yo, I'm gonna give you guys some homework. Go and spam your favorite artist and tell them to come do a collaboration with me. I'm hoping and praying.
Yes, I love that idea.
Uno favorite artists. Everybody have the same favorite artists. I don't know, because a lot of people are about to get spammed. But go spam your favorite artists. Tell them to come collab with your girl. It's going to be worth their while. Everything that they do with me is worth it. I promise. I'm worth it. No host barred. Not take mama chat. So yeah,
definitely see you pursuing acting as well.
Absolutely.
I think you have all of the things.
Thank you.
All of the things.
Oh,
I come from a film and TV background, so I definitely think you would be very successful pursuing that. I would love to see that.
Me too. I would love to see that. And of course, hello. I said this on Threads and y'all came for me, but Michael B. Jordan is my man. Okay? So I would like it if y'all stop posting him and his ex. Okay, thank you. Just that's all I got.
It's settled. It's settled. He's
settled.
taken. He's off the market. He's Denyque. You heard it here first.
Come on. Y'all don't know that by now?
Thank you so much. Can you tell all the radio listeners where they can find you? Spell it out for them. Because if they're not here watching, they're listening wherever they are in the world. I want them to be able to find your Vivo.
Okay, so big ups to everybody on radio. Thank you one more time for tuning in and listening to this conversation between myself and Shan. It was incredible. Big ups to Roots Reggae Hub for having me. You can find me on Instagram at the Denyque, and it's TheDenyque. And of course, it's the same thing on Threads. I don't thread enough, but I'm trying. I'm trying my best. I never did tweet enough either, but I'm really trying to get there. Of course, I have to big up V, Big V too. Hello, it's V. She's also Canadian. I feel like Canada is telling me something. I don't know. I'm getting a lot of Canadian friends lately.
Yes.
And you can find me on YouTube, Denyque Vivo, Denyque VEVO. I'm working on my official channel right now, so that's going to be coming on soon, so don't even forget about that. Big ups to Lifespan Spring Water. That is my water of choice. Don't forget about it. It's purely alkaline water. And of course, the Dash and Win competition is going on, and it's going crazy right now, so make sure you go over to the page at my Lifespan Spring Water and check out all the details on that. And of course, Instagram. You guys are here, so you already know the Instagram. I already said that, right? What else made it on? TikTok. It's Denyque, ITSDENYQUE. It's bare foolishness I'm going with over there. Kind of like the same thing that I do in my reels. That's what I do on TikTok. It's really just to make y'all laugh and, enjoy yourself and all of them nices there. What else? Yeah, live, love, life. The sky's not the limit. The limit is beyond the sky. So spread your wings and fly.
Yes. I love that. Thank you so much, Denyque. I'm Shana McCullough with Denyque. I would want everyone who tuned in tonight.
Shani, you had me calling you Shani all night, girl.
I thought you said shit. I thought you... Shana. It's Shana. Yeah.
I thought it was Shana. Okay.
Did you say Shan or Shana?
I said Shan.
Oh shoot. It's Shana.
Okay. I know it now. Shana. Thank you, Mom.
It's like the girl version of Shane.
There we go.
Shane.
Okay.
Yeah. Shana. Yeah. Thank you so much, Denyque. It was such a blessing getting to know you and obviously listening to all your music, because I've been in the Denyque play. Oh, I forgot to tell everybody. I have created a special curated mix of all Denyque music, which I will be playing following our reasoning tonight on rootsreggaehub.com. So if you're tuned in on the radio, you're in the right spot. Keep it locked here. You're going to hear all Denyque's music, fire tracks, back to back to back tracks. And if you're here on the gram, you can go over to rootsreggaehub.com, ask Google, ask Alexa, TuneIn app. We're pretty much everywhere. You could tune in, listen to all my favorite Denyque tracks coming up right now. 1 hour. Keep it locked. Thank you, Denyque. Bless up yourself. We'll be in touch. Make sure I get EP first, all right?
Oh, Levels is right there. Levels, Leslie?
Hear me?
That's between Leslie and Levels. Okay?
Leslie's got me. I know Leslie's got me. Thank you, Leslie. And thank you, Denyque.
And thank you too, Shay. I appreciate you guys. Remember, go stream between me and you right now. And of course, Make a Wish coming soon, so make sure you look out for that. All right? Enough love.
Bye, everybody.